What up, fam? It's your boy, Thunderboy 2024, streaming to you live, as always, underneath a tree, sitting on a bench, in the middle of nowhere, coming out of retirement to talk about the worst movie in human history. The worst movie in human history. Oh, yeah, I need to explain. Everyone's confused. Coming out of retirement. So, long story short, I'm going to show my age here. I used to review movies back in the day on a different website. It was called Zanga. Yeah, ZANGA.com, Zanga. And I would like write up little movie reviews and post them. And yeah, this is pre YouTube, everyone's fascination with like watching videos and stuff. No, like back in the day, you'd go on the internet and people would write articles and post them and people would read them. I know, it's wild, right? We've come a long way. Now it's all about the videos. Here I am on YouTube. Anyway, I thought I was done reviewing movies, and then I saw this movie, and oh my god, I have to talk about it. I didn't when I started this channel, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do with it. I'm still figuring that out, chat, you know that. But the one thing I said is like, I'm not gonna review movies. I'm not gonna be like the nostalgia critic or Spoonie or whoever and like reviewing movies all the time. That's not my shtick. But you know what? I have to say something about this. Oh my god, the Borderlands movie. I thought the trailers looked okay. That's the thing. And like I don't know how you all feel. Like I'm not okay, let me back up. Let me give my, and by the way, this visual you're looking at, this isn't for you, chat. This is for me. I need a picture in front of my face to remember this movie, because I can't remember this movie. I saw this movie a couple days ago, and oh my god, this movie is such a bomb. It's such a bomb. It's like a legendary bomb. I was reading about this. The budget was something like 120 million. It only made 17 million opening weekend. That is. And the way things usually work is like opening weekend's your big weekend. You're going to make less on the second weekend because everyone that wanted to see your movie saw it already. You know what I mean? So like, it's not going to get that much above 17 mil. And it's like, ooh. And that's not even taking into account like marketing costs. And I'll give you an idea, chat. I saw this movie Saturday night. Okay, so imagine this. I saw this movie opening weekend, Saturday night. There were 2 or maybe 3 other people in the movie theater with me. Holy crap. I mean, to be fair, like maybe some of that you can chalk it off to like, oh, people are still seeing Deadpool and Wolverine. That's still playing like in the theater next door, and it took ticket sales away from Borderlands. I mean, maybe you could like say that to a tiny extent. By the way, best movie of the year. Why am I talking about this piece of crap? Like, go see Deadpool, Wolverine. Well, I'm talking about this piece of crap because there's so much to say. Deadpool, Wolverine, it's like so good. You know when you see a movie that's so good, it's like you can't even talk about it because it's like I don't want to spoil it for people. Yeah, just go see it. It's really freaking good. Yeah, so that's my review. That's my mini review of Deadpool, Wolverine. Yeah, go see that. It's really good. I also saw the Shyamalan thriller Trap. Do you guys see the trailer for that? It's just called Trap. It's like at the concert where there's like a serial killer or something, and the police are trying to, you guessed it, trap him. That movie has a lot of problems, but I really enjoyed it. The main character, played by Josh Hartnett, is so entertaining. Like, he's like a conniving evil genius, and he's so entertaining to watch. That movie has a lot of problems. Here we go. Here's another mini review. I'm all over the place today, chat. I'm sorry. I haven't reviewed a movie in so long. I don't even know how to do it anymore. So like, I'm like reviewing like 3 movies. Like whatever. Here's Trap. Trap had a great premise and had a great main character, and all the stuff at the concert is really entertaining and interesting. And then Shyamalan, he didn't know how to end it, because the movie. I won't go too deep into spoilers because I do want you to check it out if you get a chance. But like, the movie isn't just about the concert. It moves away from that, and it just keeps going and going. Like there's like 20 minutes left after you leave the concert, and you really don't know where it's going. And I don't mean that in a good way. I mean that in like the way where you don't even feel like he knows where, like you don't even feel like the director knows where it's going, and it just keeps going and going. And like, It's not a long movie. It's like under 2 hours, but it feels like it's like 3 hours because it just won't end. And it doesn't like know when to end, and it just keeps going. And so, yeah, the first like 2/3 of that movie were great. And then the last third was so terrible that, like, I don't know. I might end up giving it just like a C or like a low B for a score. But I did like it. Like, I do want you to see it because sorry, I went off on this huge freaking tangent. But like, no, like my point was simply that some movies are flawed but have redeeming qualities. This is not one of those. This is not one of those. This is not one of those times. Like when Trap is good, it is like the good scenes in Trap make it look like a masterpiece compared to Borderlands. Like that movie is worth seeing over Borderlands just because of those few good scenes. Borderlands has nothing going for it. Nothing. There are no redeeming qualities about this movie. Before I get into the movie, and again, like I need this. This isn't for you. This is for me, because this movie, I would compare this movie to like eating cotton candy, where like you eat cotton candy, it just like instantly evaporates. Like there's a little taste, but it instantly evaporates in your mouth, and it's not fulfilling at all. That's this movie. This movie, I've seen this movie. I saw this movie on Saturday. It's been a couple days. I'm sorry that I didn't record this video like right out of the theater, because that's the only way I would have gotten details right. Like, I have forgotten this entire freaking movie. Yeah, I forgot. You're in chat. You're gonna have to help me out. Help me out if you've seen this movie, chat. No one in the chat has seen this movie. they all read the bad reviews. They all saw the bad headlines. I mean, yeah. I mean, we were doing okay with video game movies for a little bit. Detective Pikachu was good. Sonic. I love the Sonic movies. What else? Uncharted was okay. Right, and we've had like some TV shows that were cool. Arcane on Netflix, that League of Legends show is cool. I hear good things about what is it? I almost called it Sweet Tooth. No, not Sweet Tooth. There is a Sweet Tooth show, but it has nothing to do with the game. No, Twisted Metal, the show. I heard that's good. I don't have Peacock, so I haven't watched it yet. But anyway, no, we've had some good video game adaptation media. This just isn't one of them. This is taking us back. This is taking us way back. This is taking us back to like when there was like the Super Mario Brothers movie, like not the good cartoon one. That's another good example. The good cartoon Mario Brothers. No, there's like the bad one, the bad Bob Hoskins live action Super Mario Brothers movie. The bad Street Fighter movie, the bad Mortal Kombat movie. Like this is on that level. This is on that. I mean, this isn't a this isn't a video game movie, but like it's a good comparison to bring up the Avatar: The Last Airbender movie. Yeah, it's like that bad. It's like that bad. It's like it took this like beloved thing, this beloved source material, and just shit all over it. Like just completely shit the bed. Didn't get anything right. I'm gonna have to do a video on it. No, it's been too long. It's been too long since that movie came out. It's not relevant anymore. But like I had a very similar reaction where I don't know too much about Avatar, but I could still tell the movie was bad, and that's how this is. Like, I don't know too much about Borderlands, but like you don't need to know that this is a bad movie. Like that, like, look at the Rotten Tomatoes. Oh my God, chat, the Rotten Tomatoes, it was at a 0%. That's why I had to see this movie. I was so curious because I thought the trailers looked good. And then, and I do think Borderlands in general is kind of a cool series. Like, I am interested in playing the games. And then I saw the Rotten Tomatoes. I was expecting like a 60%, like 60. No, it was at 0%, and then went up to a whopping 6% critic score. And I was like, that is so cap. That is so cap. There's no way it's a 6%. Like, come on. What did Madam Web get? 11%. Okay, it's worse than Madam Web? Come on. So I couldn't believe it. Let me back up. I should go into my brief relationship with the games. Again, I plan to play them. They look really cool. And all my friends have played them and said they're really cool. I love the, like, I don't know what you'd call it, like cel-shaded, cartoony art style. Yeah, that's really cool. I have only played the spin-off, Tales from the Borderlands, just because I'm a huge Telltale fan. I like that game, but again, it was a spin-off. I heard Reese from Tales actually appears in Borderlands 3, so like, I have to play Borderlands 3. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, but and this, I read about this the other day. This might be my next video chat. If I can find this thing. But and this is like a whole other video, and it's I'm just gonna mention this like one sentence real quick. This is like worth another video, worth of content. But I'm a huge PS Vita, the PlayStation Vita, that handheld. I'm a huge defender of that. I think it is like the best handheld, even post Switch. I think it's better than the Switch. Anyway, getting so off topic, but I bring it up because Borderlands 2 I think it was a launch title. Borderlands 2 was ported to the Switch. To the Switch. Excuse me. Borderlands 2 was ported to the PlayStation Vita. And that is so wild to me because, like, yeah, I know we live in, 2024 and we have, like, things like the Switch and, like, all these, like, handheld PCs now. No. Time travel with me back to the year 2013, okay? The PlayStation Vita comes out. They ported Borderlands 2 to a handheld console, and I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna see if it works. Like how does it run? Like, do the graphics really take a hit? Does the frame rate take a hit? I don't know. I am so, and I never hear anyone talk about this port, so I'm so curious. But I would love to play this game, and just like that, some technical wizardry went into this game. If they can make this run on a PS Vita in 2013, that's a 360 game. That's crazy. Oh, okay. So, I mean, I was about to say, I'm sorry for getting off topic. I'm not really, I was talking about Borderlands, but yeah, I'm not talking about the movie. There's not much to say about this movie. I'll try. But yeah, that's my relationship with the games. I haven't played that many. I would like to play some, and then that's the other weird thing I hear about Borderlands is like, yeah, and I guess even the PlayStation people knew this because they skipped 1, they only ported 2 to the Vita. And that's what everyone tells me, that all the Borderlands fans tell me this. They say you can skip 1. You don't need to play 1. Just go to 2 because that's the one with Handsome Jack. Like just and I almost did it. I've been doing it all day. I can't say that it's like something wrong with my brain. This cute girl with the bunny ears. I keep saying Timmy Turner. No, not Timmy Turner. That is Fairly Odd Parents. Not Timmy Turner. Tina Turner. Then I say Tina Turner. No, we're getting warmer. Tina Turner. No. Tiny Tina. I almost said Tiny Tim. That's another character. No. Tiny Tina. I don't know why, chat. I can't say it. So please just ignore it. Please bear with me. You know who I mean if I get the name wrong. Tina Turner. No. Tiny Tina. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway. Yeah. Borderlands 2 introduces Tiny Tina. It introduces Handsome Jack. It's the good one. Like, that's what everyone says. It's the good one. And then I'm like, well, but don't I need like the story stuff from 1? Like, everyone was like, nah. Everyone's just like, nah, you don't need that. So story wise, I don't know. That's why I'm very curious to hear from the Borderlands fans, who apparently hate this movie even more than I do. The Borderlands, some movies come out and you're like, well, you didn't like it, but this is for the fans. The fans hate this more than anyone else because they know their shit. They know that everything's wrong. They know that you got all the details, all the characters, and everything wrong. So I'm very curious to hear from fans, like, what game does this adapt? Because, again, we have Tina, who was introduced in 2. But spoilers, oh yeah, guys, don't see this movie. Okay, I'll do the spoiler-free review real quick. This movie is I almost said 2. No, I'm not even giving it a 2. It's a 1. It's a 1 out of 10. It's a horrible movie that no one should see. Everyone hates it. Everyone unanimously joins hands. Like, it's the same thing with that Aragon movie. You remember Aragon, that movie? Like everyone hated it because it was a terrible movie, and even the book fans, they hated it because it didn't do a good job adapting the books. Like, literally everyone hated that movie, and that's what Borderlands is. Everyone hates this movie. Fans, casual moviegoers, parents who were forced to take their kids, anyone else in between. I can't see anyone liking this movie. We'll get into that. Like, there's like the guys who are there for like the sexy ladies and the cleave. We'll get into that. You will be disappointed. If you were here for that, you will be very disappointed. We will get into that in a little bit. But anyway, no one is happy. Or Madam Web. That's another great example. Madam Web. No one likes Madam Web. No one is happy. Everyone hates it. Like, I'm getting so sidetracked. I promise. From this point, because I'm already at 15 minutes. This won't be under 20. I'm gonna try and keep it under 30. We'll see, chat. We'll see. But I henceforth I will only talk about the Borderlands movie. No other topics. Anyway, here we go. Okay, so yeah, that's my spoiler-free review. Don't go see it. 1 out of 10. I need to talk about spoilers because I need to tell you. It's the only way to talk about this movie and tell you what was so horribly wrong. Yeah, I mean, there is really no story. The only story there is, and it's so hard for me to remember details because I mean, this movie. If I had to give one main critique, like one main negative, I would say it's the pacing. This movie, I mean, some people would say it's blissfully short. It is under 2 hours long, but this is the one time I felt like it was too short because everything moves at such a breakneck pace, and it really like people say this expression like, oh, it was over before I knew it. It really was over before I knew it. Like before I knew it, the credits were rolling, and I was like, oh, that's it. Like, when does the movie start? Like, what? Nothing happened. Like, nothing happened in this movie. Oh my lord. What happens in this movie? Okay, so here we go. It's knockoff Guardians of the Galaxy, and you see that from the trailers. This movie wants so bad to be James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy, and I think that's why I gave it like the 1 point. Is like, yeah, you have like the cast of characters. Everyone kind of looks okay. You know, you had like the bare bones. You had like, well, no, you didn't, because okay, I'm all over the place, chat. Like, so you think there's two main things you think of when you think of Borderlands, or at least I do, from what I've heard. Borderlands is known for its humor. It's off the wall, like crazy humor. It's jokes, which this movie has none of. This movie is not funny. Its jokes are terrible. And then you think of like the action, but more specifically you think of, and the action in this movie is terrible, but more specifically you think of the gunplay. Borderlands is known for, even more than like something like Destiny or Halo, Borderlands is known for having this great variety in the firepower. Like, you get so many different guns, so many like unique, unforgettable, like crazy guns with mouths on the muzzle. You know what I mean? Like guns that would be like, you know, seen in like a Looney Tunes cartoon or something. And none of that's here. They just use normal gun, like a normal pistol, or like a normal sniper rifle, or like a normal like SMG or whatever. You know, like it's so boring. It's so boring, and like I don't know how you could get something like that wrong, unless they like literally just didn't care, and that is so evident. Like nobody cared. Nobody cared in this movie. Everyone is like fighting to stay awake. Especially like the worst offenders are Cate Blanchett and Jamie Lee Curtis. They both look like they're about to take a nap, or you know, about to fall asleep right on set. But nobody. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. The story, I will say real quick. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the movie begins. This guy. What's his name? I mean, in real life, it's Kevin Hart, who is dreadfully miscast. Kevin Hart. I mean, I'm going to say that about everybody. Well, specifically these. You know, we have Kevin Hart as Roland, that's his name, and Jack Black as Claptrap. These characters, or excuse me, these two actors are very funny, depending on what movie they're in, depending on the material they're given. But they can be very funny. Neither of them is funny. Well, Kevin Hart is dreadfully miscast. He is not a funny character. He is not, a comedic relief. You can tell from the picture, he's like the straight-laced leader. He's like the straight-laced, the straight man. And, that doesn't work. Jack Black is the comedic relief. Like, he is, Claptrap, but, like, he's not funny. Like, the jokes in this movie, I'll give you an example. I mean, you saw one in the trailer, like, I was groaning even at that, where, like, they're at, like, Piss Valley Gulch or something, and Kevin Hart tells tells the little bunny Fufu here to like roll up the windows, and she's like, no, I don't, like, why would I do that? I don't want to roll up the window. I don't want to roll up the car window. And then, like, you know, this mysterious yellow liquid gets all over them, and he's like, why do you think they call it Piss Valley Gulch? And then it keeps going. The joke is already not funny, but it keeps going. And she's like, oh my god, it's in my mouth. Oh my god, it's on my tongue. I have piss in my mouth. Oh, you know. Oh my god. And I was like, oh my god. And that was in the trailer, so you know it was like considered to be one of their best jokes. So that was a warning sign right there, fam. I should have bowed out right there when I saw that. I was like, oh, nope. But Claptrap, like, he's not funny. He's not funny at all. There's a recurring gag where Cate Blanchett keeps on leaving him behind, and he's like, oh, you accidentally left me behind again. And like, you know, I mean, yeah, he's annoying, and so you kind of relate. You're like, yeah, I mean, I would leave him behind too, but I mean, everyone, I want to leave all these people behind. You know, I want to leave this movie behind. Like, so that's not funny. Yeah, like one of the worst jokes. He gets shot at by all these psycho bandits or whatever you call them, and he gets like shot a million times, and then because of that, he has to like dislodge the bullets that are inside of him. But the way he does it, he has to like bend over and he's like pooping the bullets out. No, everyone's like, no way. Everyone's like, you're capping. That's cap. No, I swear to God. No, that happens. That is a joke in the movie. He poops the bullets out. And it's a long sequence. It's like, because they keep on telling him like, hey, can you wrap it up? Can we move on to the next scene, please? And like, he's like, no, I have to do this now. And they do that thing that I hate where, how do I describe this? Like, and I've seen it in other movies. I'm really laying into this movie, but I hated this movie. It was not funny. But they do that thing where little bunny Fufu here, little Tina Turner here, she laughs at the joke. Like when a movie isn't confident, like the movie feels like the audience needs like a little push, you know what I mean? Where so like instead of like in a sitcom, they'd have like a laugh track to like let the audience know that something's funny. Like, you know, that's what, so like they do that here where like little bunny Fufu, she sees him pooping bullets and she's like, that's so funny, he's pooping, it's like he's pooping, and it's like, oh, and then like that, and then you the dumb audience goer with an IQ of 25, you're supposed to be like, oh, like she said it's okay to laugh, oh, and then you like clap your hands and like throw your popcorn in the air. No, it's not funny. It's not funny. It wouldn't even be funny. Like, she's supposed to be, 13? Like, she wouldn't even find that funny if she was, like, a real person. She would be like, wow, this movie's lame. Can I go see Barbie? Like, can we go watch? That's what she's from. Ariana Greenblatt, what a name. She was in Barbie. She was, do I have another picture? No, I don't. She was in Barbie. She was, if you remember, there was like the mom that worked for the Barbie corporation, and like she had like the jaded daughter that was like too cool for school, and Barbie like meets her the first time and she like totally destroys her, like she totally tears her apart. But yeah, like that's this girl. She was cast as Tina Turner. Honestly, not a terrible choice. Like when I saw that, I was like, okay, you know, we'll get back to Tina. We'll get back to Tina in a little bit. She's like I mean, she's arguably like the most popular Borderlands character, so like at least they have her in the movie. They don't have, spoilers, they don't have Handsome Jack, who is like the villain of Borderlands 2, which is what she comes from. So that's why I'm like, I don't think they adapted Borderlands 2. I think they just stuck Tina Turner in here because everyone loves her. But everyone also loves Handsome Jack. So like, why not stick him in there? And while you're at it, why not adapt Borderlands 2? Because that's the game everybody likes. I don't know. Anyway. No, so, oh Jesus. Okay, so, no, I mean, okay, so real quick, I mean, I'll get back to the characters, but like, let's just get through the plot real quick, because that's why I think they adapted the plot of 1, because this is the plot of 1, from what I understand. There's a bunch of like nondescript vault, they call them vault hunters. They're these, you know, these you know, rogues, these like mercenaries, these like, you know, guns for hire, and they go and they try and open this mysterious vault, which is filled with like untold treasures and like infinite wisdom and knowledge and weapons and all this stuff. And so you play the game, and then eventually you open the vault, and then the end. Your 4 characters open the vault, and like, you know, you get whatever treasure, and like the end, you know. That's the game. And that's this movie in a nutshell. Like they travel and they fight people, and then they open the vault, and then the end. So I think it is an adaptation of 1. Okay, back to the characters. So what happens is, oh my god, I'm struggling to remember this movie. I really am. And my leg's falling asleep. That's not good. Okay, So Roland works for. Oh my god. Okay, so I gotta get my thoughts in order. I'm sorry. So the villain of the movie is there's this evil corporation, like the Atlas Corporation, okay, and the leader is I don't know, his name is like Mr. Atlas, I guess, and he's the villain, and so he has this like whatever this army, this private army or whatever, his military force is called the Crimson Lance, okay, and Kevin Hart, Roland, he worked for Crimson Lance. And then he turned against Crimson Lance. He turned against Atlas, and he broke Tina Turner out of jail, or she was like incarcerated somewhere, and he breaks her out. That's like the opening scene. He breaks her out, and like he's like, you know, they literally, this kind of did get a chuckle out of me, but like it was so shameless. They shamelessly. It's the only time he has like a joke. It's the only time he's funny. They shamelessly rip off Star Wars: A New Hope, like when Luke goes to rescue Princess Leia. And he's wearing the stormtrooper. It's the exact same scene. He steals like the Crimson Lance uniform. He has like the helmet on that's too big for his head, and he has like a line about like, oh, what the hell, like they don't have like air holes in this helmet or whatever. And he rescues Princess Leia. I mean Tiny Tina out of prison, and she even says, aren't you a little short to be a Crimson Lancer or whatever? Like, oh, they sent me their shortest Crimson Lance to save me. Yeah, so again, like literally the joke from Star Wars. And it's the only time we joke about Kevin Hart's height. You think there'd be more short jokes, but I mean, you think there'd be more jokes, but anyway, yeah, no, it's the only one. I thought it was kind of funny, but also, yeah, totally ripped off Star Wars. Anyway, so yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm here to save you, princess, or whatever. And while he's breaking her out, they also things happen so quickly in this movie, fam. Like, I swear to God, there are like 25 deleted scenes or something, because like nothing is explained. Everything just happens so quickly, and we just constantly have to move from scene to scene. And I had trouble keeping up. And that's like what I've heard from everyone. Is like they couldn't keep up with this movie. And then I was reading about this, and like, yeah, this movie went through extensive reshoots, like 3 weeks of reshoots by a different director. In fact, that's always a good sign, because Eli Roth. The director of this movie, Eli Roth, he was busy making the movie Thanksgiving. So another guy had to do reshoots, and you can tell. I don't know what the original cut of this movie looked like. Hopefully it was more coherent, but yeah, this is a mess. And I would definitely blame it on the reshoots, or at least in part. But anyway, so why did Roland turn good? Why did he turn against Crimson Lance? Why did he save Tina Turner? That is not explained. He just does. Okay, fine. And then in the same scene, while he's breaking her out of jail, they also break out this other guy. His name is Krieg, and he's from the games too. Okay, and this is where like this is so backwards. So like what they should have done, because the enemies in this game, the enemies in the game and also in this movie, they look just like Krieg, and they're called Psycho Bandits. And the Psycho Bandits are like these. This is why. I mean, the movie's PG-13. That's another flaw. This movie has so many flaws, but like, it's so like every decision was so weird with this movie, chat. The director, the cast, like everything. Director Eli Roth. Okay, this is the dude. He's known for like what you would basically call torture porn. He makes the Hostel movies. He likes movies with like a crap ton of violence, really like grisly gore, cannibalism. I think because he also made Thanksgiving. There's a little bit of cannibalism in that movie. He made the movie The Green Inferno. That's like literally a movie about cannibals. So it's like a thing with him. And like, so Krieg is a psycho bandit. And anyway, where I was going with this is I think this is what attracted Eli Roth to this movie, because he's such a weird fit for this movie. Well, the games are really violent. You don't get to see that here because the movie's PG-13. And also the Psycho Bandits, again, it's not in the movie because it's PG-13, but from what I understand, people tell me, like, lore-wise, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Psycho Bandits are like insane, obviously, but they're also like cannibals, I think. Like, they kill people, but they also eat them. in the wasteland, because it's like full on like Mad Max dystopia, Fury Road. You know, like everyone's like basically full Mad Max. Like they're just all crazy and maybe cannibals, and maybe that's what attracted Eli Roth to this project in the first place. I don't know. But I'll say this: I don't really like this director in general, but I especially don't like him after this movie. This is his worst movie, like no doubt. I mean, this is the worst movie of all time. So, oh gosh, we're already at 30 minutes. All right, I gotta keep this going. I'll at least be under an hour. I'll shoot for that, fam. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go. So anyway, they should have introduced the Psycho Bandits first to show like, okay, these are the these are the bad guys. These are like a force to be reckoned with. They're evil, and then show like Krieg is the deviation. He's the one good one, right? He's like whatever. He's like, I guess, regained his sanity or regained some of his goodness or what, you know, because he teams up with Kevin Hart and Tiny Tina, and they go off together, and like that's it. And they don't explain. Like I'd be curious to know, do they explain that in the games? Like, well, you know, why does Roland turn against Crimson Lance? Like, why does he turn good? Why does Krieg turn good? You know, isn't Krieg insane? And he still is kind of insane. Like, but why does he turn good? Everything is so underdeveloped. He kind of has like this cute little friendship with Tiny Tina, but it's not really well developed. And it explains why he goes off with them, but it doesn't explain why he's like the one, like what's special about him. Like all the Psycho Bandits are crazy and evil. Why is he the one that isn't? Like, why is he the one good one? That's never explained. I'll get to her in a second. Just yeah, bear with me. So I have to go into this too. This movie has so many cool ideas that it doesn't do anything with, and that's why I want to play the games. Because I'll say this, at least it made me interested in playing the games. But so they travel to this like crazy, you know, again, Mad Max type world called Pandora. Okay, and they introduce this idea that Pandora is a really, you know, messed up place filled with Psycho Bandits, but like it also it makes you crazy. It has effects on you, you know, on your psyche, and the more time you spend on Pandora, the more crazy you get. And that is basically, it's like a one-sentence explanation, but it's the explanation for why. Because in the first scene when they break Tiny Tina out of prison, she's mostly normal, and it's only after we revisit her after she's been on Pandora for, you know, what's implied to be a while. Now she's like really like you know, wearing the bunny ears and like throwing exploding teddy bears, and you know, like, you know, where's my badonkadonk gone, you know, lol, like, you know. But we don't do enough with that. Like I thought that would be an interesting concept to explore. Like let's you know, like let's maybe, I mean, the whole movie takes place on Pandora basically, so it's like, wouldn't that be interesting if like the longer they spend there, like our characters have assaults on their sanity. I mean, obviously Tina's already going nuts, but like no, like really, like she becomes like a loose cannon that they can't control. Maybe Krieg reverts back to his Psycho Bandit ways at one point. Like no, he never does. Like he's like, once he joins the team, like he is on their side. He never turns, you know. No, we don't do anything with that. Anyway, so like that's, you know, Cate Blanchett. Okay, so she plays a character named Lilith, who what I understand is she's from the first game. So again, I don't know what game we're adapting, but okay, so she's from the first game. She's a vault hunter. She's a mercenary. She's a gun for hire. And what happens is Atlas hires her to rescue his kidnapped daughter. That's right. I don't know if this is from the games or not, but Tina is Atlas's daughter in the movie. And he hires Lilith to track her down. And then once she gets to the planet, she runs into Claptrap, and there's, again, it's like a one sentence, like, oh, I've been like waiting for you, and someone programmed me to wait for you, and now I will travel with you forever. And she doesn't want him. She keeps shooting him. And it's not funny. It's like played for laughs. So she keeps shooting him, like telling him to go away, and he won't go away. but then it's revealed that he's like really good at like whatever, at tracking and finding people. So she's like, all right, whatever, like, you know, that's everything in this movie. It's like, oh, like we weren't friends, or we were trying to kill each other, we were enemies, whatever, and now we're friends, or now we're joining together, or now we're traveling together because the script says so. So they have this big confrontation. She finally finds Tiny Tina, and she's like, all right, like, you have to come with me now. And Tina throws like an exploding teddy bear at her, and she pulls out her gadonka-donk gun, and they get into this big firefight, and Roland and Krieg show up, and so it's like a big free-for-all, and so Cate Blanchett is shooting at her and trying to you know, take her back, and then their fight gets interrupted. Oh, I forgot to print out a picture of it. Okay, so there's another character named. It's from the games, but this is the girl version. There's General Knox of the Crimson Lance, but this is the girl version. Janina Gavankar, she's cool. She was in the Star Wars Battlefront 2, the game. She plays this character. She has the worst haircut in this movie. Oh my god, the ugliest freaking haircut. I wish I printed out a picture, but you know, you'll see it if you see the movie. But anyway, no, so she's like, I was about to say she's like the main antagonist, but not real. It's so all over the place. But yeah, she would be normally the main antagonist, because she's like the leader of the Crimson Lance, and she's like leading the charge for them to get Tina back, because Atlas, it still doesn't make sense to me. So Atlas hired Lilith to get Tina back because she's like the best bounty hunter in the galaxy or whatever. But I guess that wasn't enough, because he also at the same time hired Nox and her people to get Tina back. And so everyone shows up and everyone points their guns at each other, and you would think that Lilith would join up with Nox, since they're both trying to get Tina back, but I guess they're fighting for the bounty. So she fights Nox. And then Tina and Roland and Krieg help her fight Nox, because obviously they don't want to be captured by Nox. But then even after the fight's over, again, it just switches gears, man. It's just like it switches gearbox. Gearbox software made the Borderlands game. Anyway, yeah. So like now all of a sudden Lilith is just driving in that car with them, with Tina and Roland and Krieg. And I guess they're friends, and I guess they're just traveling together now, because I was like, yeah, like what happened? Like, okay, fine, you fought off Nox, but you're still trying to get what? Like, yeah, like why? Like, why are you working with them now? It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, and then okay, I'm just gonna skip to the end because I need to talk about another character turn that made no freaking sense. So Nox at the end of the movie. Again, it's like she only pops up every once in a while. It's not like she's like the main antagonist. I guess Atlas is the main antagonist, but he only pops up. he only pops up every once in a while to like do evil things or whatever. But like, yeah, at the very end of the movie, Atlas and all of his men and Nox, they have our heroes dead to rights. They finally they cut them off at the pass right at the shrine, or at the shrine, at the vault, and they have them dead to rights, and then. Literally, this is what happens. I'm gonna reenact it because it happens so fast and so bad and so hard to process. I was like, what is going on? So they have the guns pointed at our heroes, and Nox is like, wait, put your arms down, and she like runs in between them, in between the bad guys and the good guys, and she's like I understand. she gets cut off mid speech. She's like. I understand now, like, I regret my ways, or I regret working for Crimson Lance, and she's blasted. She is shot down before she gets to explain why she had her big character turn. Because Atlas has, like, this Star Destroyer that can, literally, he can just, like, point, and this, like, death cannon from above, it doesn't just shoot her, chat, like, you don't understand, it's like, it vaporizes her, like there is nothing left, not even like a bone, like she is just dust from one blast from this laser cannon. And I'm like, you had that shit the whole time? Like, why do you even need Crimson Lance? Like, like Atlas should just hunt down Tina. Like, nothing can stop this thing. Nothing can stop this Star Destroyer laser. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, like, so like nothing was set up in regards to that, and it made everyone in the audience laugh. Well, all three people. Yeah, we all laughed. Like, it was supposed to be this emotional moment where she realized the error of her ways, and now she's going to join the heroes. Oh, dead. like again, it's like, okay, like, she worked with Roland in Crimson Lance. Maybe they were lovers at one point, and maybe seeing him turn good, maybe she wanted to join him into. Like, I'm literally just making stuff. That is not in the film. That is not in the film. I'd recommend you put it in the film, because at least it's like something as far as motivation. But no, that's not in the film. I have no idea why she became good. I have no idea. Nothing led up to that. It was very jarring and comical, and it should have been cut. I know they cut out a lot of stuff and changed a lot of stuff. That should have been cut. It was completely pointless. It only made people laugh. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm losing daylight. Yeah, it's full. I've been talking so long. It's full on nighttime. I gotta wrap this up. I gotta keep it moving, chat. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's what else? What else? Yeah, the action sucks. The jokes are bad. There basically is no story. Oh, okay. Let's briefly. So, the whole thing is about Tina and how special. I don't know if she's like this in the games. She is so annoying in this movie, because you seriously play the Borderlands movie drinking game. Take a drink every time Tina says how special she is and how she's the only one who can open the vault. Oh my god, she says, and other characters say it too, you're so special, Tina, you're the only one that can open the vault because you have like the genes of like. So that's the big twist is Atlas says she's his daughter, but then she says, well, oh my god, that was another. Okay, I have to talk about this non-joke or whatever. This worst line in the movie. Okay, worst line in the movie. Here we go. You ready? Lilith is talking to Tina. And Lilith asked Tina about her father, Atlas, and she's like, okay, is Atlas your father? And Tina gives a wishy-washy. She's like, yes and no. And then Lilith says it wasn't a yes or no question. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It is. Is Atlas your father? It is a yes or no question. I don't know if that was supposed to be a joke or what, but it was so bad, and we all laughed at the movie when they said that. Oh my god, it's not a yes or no question. Yes, it is. Anyway, the reason Tina says yes and no is because Atlas created Tina in a lab using the genes of this like ancient race, like this ancient race that used to be on Pandora, but then they like disappeared. Basically, I forget what they're called, but like think of like Atlanteans or whatever, like this ancient race that like disappeared. So like because Tina was made with the cells of this race, she can open. She's like the key to opening the vault. Like they've been collecting these keys, right? And I'm assuming that's from the game. You need to like collect these 3 keys and then you can open the vault. Well, they collect 2 keys. By the way, they go into this room and Lilith just like basically out of nowhere, just like shot in the dark, she just like grabs a key out of nowhere and she's like, oh, I don't know how I did that, like I don't know how I knew that was there. But yeah, okay, yeah, foreshadowing. Okay, we'll get back to that. But Tina is revealed to be the 3rd key because she has like the whatever Atlantean DNA, and this is like a big twist because the Jamie Lee Curtis's character, Dr. Tanis or whatever. So she says she has this conversation with Lilith, and it's so bad because no one emotes, no one can act, no one has any emotion. It's supposed to be this big emotional moment where Tanis is like, okay, so because Tina is the key, the keys will be used up, so to speak, in order to open up the vault. So there's a very strong chance that Tina will die, that Tina will be like absorbed in order to open up the vault. And Lilith, of course, is kind of like, should we even do? We're talking about killing a little girl, essentially. Should we be doing this? And Tanis is just like, well, I can't even do it. Like she's just like, well, that's a risk we're willing to take. Like that's if basically she's just kind of like, oh, it is what it is. Like I'm just like, wow, this is like your traveling companion. This is like a cute little girl. Like this is like the closest we have to a likable character in this movie. The fan favorite of the series, and you're just casually talking about killing her off in order to open. What is so important about this vault, by the way? Like the movie did a very bad job. It did a bad job at everything, but it did a bad job at like explaining or like why do we have to open this vault? Why do we have to open this vault? What's in this vault? That's like, so we do open the vault. Spoilers. Turns out that Tina is not special. She is not an Atlantean or whatever. It's Lilith. Lilith has the genes, and that's why she like grabbed the key out of nowhere, and that's so she can open the vault. Okay, and she gets like these phoenix powers all of a sudden. She gets like these flame bird wings, and I think that's from the games, and like that's cool, I guess. And so she flies around and like is super awesome, and she's actually able to block like the Star Destroyer laser cannon blast with her super duper powers. Actually, she blocks it, but it like knocks her out of the air, and her powers briefly turn off, and it's like, bro, just okay, she's vulnerable. Like you have like 100 soldiers there, shoot her. No, and her powers are only temporarily like diffused. Like she gets her wings right back, and she goes right back to kicking ass. So I don't know what the point of that was, other than to show that the villains are incompetent and don't know when to attack. But anyway, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, and so what about that? What about that whole thing of like, oh, the keys will be used up, so like Tina will die if she opens the vault? Yeah, well, like wouldn't that apply to Lilith? Like, shouldn't she have died? Or like, what was that about? Yeah, no, she doesn't die. She just opens the vault. It's fine. They go inside the vault, and there's like nothing there. It's just a bunch of like cubes. Just a bunch of like polygons, and there's like a tentacle monster, and they fight the villain inside the vault, and the tentacle monster eats the villain, and they escape and live out happily ever after. So like that was such a huge fucking letdown. I can't believe it. I mean. That's one of those things that like you shouldn't show because it'll never live up to the hype. You know what I mean? Like in Pulp Fiction, they don't show what's in the briefcase because it would never live up to the way the movie hyped up the briefcase. You know what I mean? But so you shouldn't have shown the vault. But you show the vault and it's like incredibly disappointing. It's just a bad green screen effect with like a tentacle monster and some shapes. I thought there was going to be like whatever, like amazing technology. I didn't see that there. I didn't see amazing weapons or like untold secrets or whatever. Like nothing was there. But anyway, so they open the vault and they beat the villain. And then again, ripping off Star Wars, I shit you not, they have that scene like in Return of the Jedi where the Empire has tumbled and like fireworks and everyone's like celebrating and like Jar Jar goes, we set free now, yeah, Atlas Corporation is done and they're setting on fireworks and everyone's partying and happy that Atlas is gone, and I'm like, bro, like again, that's this movie's failing is you never showed us that Atlas was, I mean, you showed us that like he's evil in that he's willing to use Tina to open the vault and kill her, but you never showed us that, like, the only time you showed us the Crimson Lance was like they're hunting Tina, but you need that scene of like them just going through a town and like running people over or like beating up old ladies or like stealing from people. You know what I mean? Like you never showed us that this is like an evil body. This is like an evil organization that's like this oppressive regime. You never showed us that. So when they're defeated, it doesn't feel earned. This celebration, everyone's like so happy that they're gone. Like it doesn't feel earned, And so that scene felt hollow. Nothing in this movie worked, man. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, I'm running out of time, chat. So let me wrap this up. So why do I have these visuals? So the main thing everyone talks about is the drastic miscasting. Everyone here is miscast. Aside from maybe Ariana Greenblatt, she's okay as Harley Quinn. I mean as Tiny Tina. No, she's like from what I understand, Tina is like nuts in the games, and that is not portrayed well here at all. Again, she's like diet Harley Quinn. She's a little goofy. She wears the bunny ears. She says "badonkadonk," and that's it. Like no, they couldn't even do that right. But yeah, no. As far as casting, look, you don't have to look exactly like the games. I'm not expecting that, but like you have to get the ages like kind of right. I can't even remember the last time I saw something like this, chat, and this is why I have like the side by side. So our lead actress, they should have gotten this right. Lilith in the games is very young. She's like, not like, no, I looked it up on the wiki. She's 22. Okay, she's 22. So you would think you'd get an actress that like looks about that age or can kind of pass for 22. No, they got Galadriel from Lord of the Rings. They got Cate Blanchett. She is 55. She is 33 years older than what she's supposed to be. And no, she doesn't look 22. She could literally play Lilith's mom. Okay? It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It never works, and it's always it's a constant distraction in the movie. Like, you can't get over it. You can't get over this terrible miscasting. No shade to any of these actors. These are all good actors. Cate Blanchett's a good actress, but she's terribly miscast. Okay? Next up, we have a character named Mad Moxie. And Mad Moxie, really? Yeah, according to she's 44. Damn, she looks good for 44. Anyway, she's 44 in the game, so she is older than Lilith. But in the movie, she's played by Gina Gershon, who is 62. 62, which is not 44. Well, here's why I bring this up. And it, again, it's so distracting, it doesn't work. So Gina Gershon's, Mad Moxie's character talks to Lilith on Pandora, and she mentions how Moxie was good friends with Lilith's mom when Lilith was a child. So Lilith was a little girl, and Moxie was her mom's age, and they were both adults, okay? This does not work because Gina Gershon is only 7 years older than Cate Blanchett, okay? And you see that. You see that in the face. You're like, how are you friends with her mom? You were probably playing with her on the schoolyard. There's no way you were an adult when she was a child. Like, you're only 7 years older. Okay, let's continue, because it gets worse. We're going to page 2, fam. We're going to page 2. Okay, now this, I had to look this up. I didn't even realize this was this character. So they meet up with another character named Dr. Tanis, Patricia Tanis, who is played by Jamie Lee Curtis, who is the worst actress in this movie. Oh my gosh, she's so terrible in this movie. She cannot emote in this movie. Again, she could play. So Tanis is about 30. Tanis is about 30 in the games. In the movie, this actress is 65 years old. 65. She could be her mother, maybe even her grandmother. And again, they mention in the movie, Tanis mentions how she was friends with Lilith's mom and you know, the same age as Lilith's mom when Lilith was a child. And it's like, no way. You are Cate Blanchett's age. Or you're a little bit older, but you're not that much older. Like, holy shit. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I don't know what they were thinking. Like, just have her play a different character. Like, everyone knows what Tanis is supposed to look like. It doesn't look like this. Oh my god. It's so bad. Oh, and I have to go into this. Real quick. So again, you know how people have like these character turns. So out of nowhere. So Lilith's mom abandoned Lilith and kind of like dropped her off with Tanis. But Tanis also abandoned Lilith as a child. So that's why Lilith, you know, has beef. Understandably, she has beef with Tanis, and that's why when all of our characters meet up with Tanis, Lilith is like, no, like at first she's like, no way in hell, we are not traveling with her. If you're traveling with her, I'm not traveling with her. And Kevin Hart's like, well, what's the problem? You know, come on, like, you know, she's good people. And she's like, no, she's not. No, she's not good people. Oh, my leg's falling asleep. Oh, I gotta switch legs. Oh, sorry, chat. She's like, no, she's not good people. Like, there's no way in hell I would ever travel with her. You know, she abandoned me as a child. You know, and they hate each other, and it's really awkward. And they have one scene where they talk about things, and I guess that's it, because now it never comes up again. Like, it's okay. Now they're okay. Now they're cool. Now they're traveling together. Everything's fine. Everyone's friends. The end. Oh my god, it's so bad. Yeah, it's so bad. And then so there's that, and then you would think she would hate her even more, because there's that line where she's like totally fine with killing Tina. You know. And Lilith is like kind of taken aback by that, but then that never comes up again. They're still friends or whatever at the end. It's like whatever. And then there's another scene where there's another scene where Tina sees it's hard to explain, but like it's a misunderstanding where so Lilith again was hired by Atlas, and Atlas is talking to her on like the communicator, and he's saying like and she's like basically saying like, oh, I'm not gonna do it, I'm not gonna work for you. And he's like, well, that's okay because this communicator is also a tracking beacon, and you led us to her anyway, ha ha ha, whatever. And Tina overhears the conversation, and she misunderstands, and she thinks that Lilith is indeed still working for her father. So she throws an exploding teddy bear at Lilith, and and basically like runs off, and so they get separated. So there is that falling out between the two of them, and then that I guess that's just resolved because they're friends at the end again. It's like whatever, water under the bridge, I guess. Anyway, what else? Oh my goodness, it's so hard to remember details from this movie, chat. It really is. Oh, there was okay. So going back. We'll get to her in a second. Going back. So Krieg has this moment. So there's this other guy from the games, Crom, I think. There's like this one soldier that like looks super duper like think of like almost like Phasma from The Force Awakens. He has like this special silver armor. He's not like a normal stormtrooper. He's like the super stormtrooper. And Crom and him have like this big showdown, and and it's like supposed to be this big showdown, and they have had no history up until this point, so it seems pointless. Like I don't get it. I don't get why they're why is it a big deal that he's fighting this guy, and Krieg's face mask gets like shattered a little bit, and you can see one of his eyes, and I thought that would be like some kind of reveal. Like, oh, the mask falls up and it turns out he's Tina's brother or something. Nope. So I don't know what that was about. But yeah, like that was like another thing that went nowhere. There's a lot of that in this movie. Kevin Hart, or excuse me, Roland had like a friend in Crimson Lands, and he meets up with him, but the friend betrays him. And I was like, oh, like maybe that friend, even though he like betrayed them, like maybe that friend will turn, kind of like what happened with Nox at the end. It should have been this other character that was Roland's friend, like that was established in the movie, and it's like, okay, maybe he turns good at the end, or like helps out at the end. Nope. Oh my god. There was something else. Like I can't even remember, chat. I'm sorry. This movie is so hard to remember. It is like cotton candy. I'm already approaching an hour. Okay. Let's move on. So the other thing. So let's go back to Tina, Tiny Tina. So she is 13 in the games, according to the wiki. And that tracks. Ariana Greenblatt, yeah, she looks about 13 or so, maybe a little older, but that's fine. That's fine. I was hoping they would cast Ashley Birch. This is Ashley Birch, the voice actress for Tiny Tina in the games. She is not the correct age, but no one is in this movie, so I would have accepted it. Oh my god, 34. She looks, girl, you don't look 34. You look 24. Yeah, she changed her hair. I like her hair now. Look at that smile. Oh my god. This is such a beautiful smile. I'm getting distracted, chat. She's so beautiful. I'm getting distracted. Oh god. Don't tell my wife. Don't tell the chat. The chat is starting a hashtag. The hashtag don't tell Lizzie. Hashtag don't tell Lizzie. Yeah, don't tell my wife. Oh god, I have eyes for Ashley Birch now. Oh my gosh, she's so beautiful though. Okay. What a wonderful smile. Okay. The hashtag don't tell Lizzie. Put that up on Twitter. People will think we're talking about Lizzie McGuire or something. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, I think, honestly, I think they should have cast Ashley Birch as Tiny Tina. I do. She doesn't look the age, but you know what? Everyone's older anyway, and you know what? If she did like the perfect manic performance, like I know she would, people wouldn't care. People wouldn't care because like something like in think of like Kick-Ass 2. With Chloe Moretz as Hit Girl. Chloe Moretz at that point is way too old to play Hit Girl, because Hit Girl is supposed to be like in elementary school, and in the movie they had to change it, so she's in, because it doesn't make sense, so they had to change it, so now Hit Girl is like a freshman in high school somehow. She's going to high school with Kick-Ass. It doesn't make any sense, but it's fine because, and that movie isn't even that good to begin with, but it's fine because Chloe Moretz is so good in that role as Hit Girl that you don't care. You forgive it instantly, and I swear to God that is what would have happened if they cast this beautiful woman, this beautiful Ashley Birch, as Tiny Tina in the movie. we wouldn't have cared, you know. Everyone is 30 years older than they're supposed to be anyway. Why not have this 34-year-old who could easily pass as a 24-year-old, you know? And it's just like any TV show or movie where they are, you know, quote unquote teens, but everyone's like 25. You know, it's fine. It's totally fine. So it's fine. There will not be a Borderlands 2 movie. This movie bombed horribly. This movie did not make its money back. Yeah, if they do make another movie, yeah, like let's do it. Let's have Ashley Birch play Tiny Tina as she was born to play. But until then, yeah, let's just maybe try and learn from these mistakes. Yeah, I gotta wrap this up. It's already an hour long. Holy crap. Let me respond to something in the chat. We got some comments. Oh my god. All right, I have to at least respond to this comment. Guess who showed up in the chat? It is none other than Scoutmaster Dick Woodpole. Oh no, I was hoping I'd never hear from this gentleman. I was hoping I would never hear from this guy again, but here we are. Scoutmaster Dick Woodpole. Dear Slender Boy, I do not appreciate all of the negativity in your video about Borderlands. It would behoove you... Oh, there he is. There's Dick Woodpole. He's doing the Slender Boy Challenge 2024. Use that word in the conversation chat. Here he is. It would behoove you to know that I saw the Borderlands film with my entire scout troop, and we filled up the theaters with Boy Scouts. All of my Boy Scouts love this movie. So bully, I say. Bully on your Borderlands critique. This movie has the approval of the BSA. Oh no. Oh well, hard to argue with that. This movie has the approval of the BSA. So there you go. The bullshit authority. There it is. So yeah, certified BS. Oh man. Borderlands. What a disaster. What a colossal disaster. I thought Madam Web. That's what everyone was saying. We all thought Madam Web was the worst movie of this year. No, unfortunately, no. It's Borderlands. It's Borderlands. This might. I mean, it's such a low bar, but this is one of the worst video game adaptation movies. It really is. Like I gotta go back. This might be worse. I mean, this is definitely worse than Mortal Kombat. It might be worse than Street Fighter. Super Mario Brothers, the movie. I mean, at least like Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo were the right age. Like at least like they got that right. They got that like Luigi is the younger brother, so he should be younger than Mario. Like they got like basic shit right. You know, like if they were operating on like this type of thing, Mario would be like 13 and Luigi would be like 75. oh my god. Yeah, and Peach would be like 13 or something. I don't know. I mean, okay, again, at least they got like Tiny Tina. They got her right. They got her like, okay, she's Tiny Tina. She shouldn't be 55. She shouldn't be played by Betty White. Like, okay, you know, fine. But like that's it. That's like the only thing they got right. Like holy shit. I mean, I read some reviews that were saying that like the shaky cam was so bad that you couldn't tell what was going on. That's cap. That's cap. Like I could tell what was going on. There wasn't that much shaky cam, and the effects. I mean the costumes and the CGI didn't look that bad. It's just that everything was so boring and lazy. Like the little bit I know about Borderlands, aren't there like, I know there's psycho bandits. But like aren't there like monsters? Like yeah, again, there's like the tentacle monster you see for like a second, but like no, like I thought you would fight like ice yeti monsters. Like I thought you like fight monsters in this game. Like there's nothing. There's no creatures. There's no creatures in this game. Like again, maybe it was to save money on the budget, but like there's so much you could have done, so much you didn't do. Oh yeah. I read this other and it's popping up in the comments too. People are saying like think of Guardians of the Galaxy. Think of like all of the creatures that were in those movies. Think of also the space battles. Freaking these like, you know, interstellar ship battles. Okay, that could have been cool, but no, we don't get that in Borderlands. Like you just go right to the planet. Again, maybe they couldn't afford to have a space battle or something. That would have been cool, but no, like it's all on Pandora, and like that could have been cool if we went more into like, oh, is it like what was it? What was that Natalie Portman movie? Annihilation, where like the planet they go to is so messed up and like it messes with your head. Yeah, you know, again, like you could have done something cool with this, where like maybe, you know, everyone's going crazy and like Krieg is like Two-Face. Like sometimes he's, you know, Krieg, sometimes he turns into a psycho bandit and he can't control, you know, like do we have to like put this, you know, it would cause like all this drama, like all this, you know, this group dynamic where it's like Lilith and Roland are like, oh man, he's a loose cannon, like, you know, he's like 50-50, like sometimes he's on our side, but you know, he goes back to being a psycho bandit. Like we can't sleep with this guy in the same room, you know. It's like, you know, like maybe we should put him down, or maybe we should cut ties with him at least. And then Tiny Tina would be like, no, you know, he's my friend, he's like my good friend, he's, you know, she would defend him, and she'd be like, you know, you can't get rid of him. If you get rid of him, get rid of me. And you can't get rid of me because I'm the special one who has to open the, you know. Here we go. Like there's already more in my. I just made up more drama. You know, there was no drama. There was no, and I mean like the good kind of drama, like the character drama that like drives the story forward. You know. Okay, I'm already over an hour. I have talked too much about this movie. Do better. Do better, Lionsgate. Get the ages right. Get you know, get someone on staff that has played these games and knows what they're doing. I have talked myself to death. I have nothing else to say. Don't see this movie. Save your money. Go see Deadpool Wolverine again. Go see Trap. Even though it has problems, the good scenes in Trap make it look like a masterpiece compared to this movie. Holy crap. Yeah, maybe I'll do more movie reviews. I don't know. I had to talk about this movie because it was such a disaster, and I had to say something about it. But yeah, stay tuned. I'll have more videos soon, chat. I'll figure something else out. Yeah. Until then, this was good. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed the little reference pictures. I hope you guys enjoyed the reference pictures. They took me a long time to make. I needed to show like the drastic age difference between the characters in the movie and their video game counterparts. Actually, this was a bad picture for that. She does not look that. Trust me. Add whatever, you know. This picture actually doesn't look that bad. Add like 20 years to her face in the movie, in the actual movie. Like she looks so old. She really does. Like no offense. I'm sorry, but like I'm just saying. It's like no. You're supposed to pass for 22. No way in hell. And she's the main character. Like we watch her the whole time. And there's like lots of awkward, weird old lady fan service. Like again, that's what I was going back to. I was like, oh, if you're going to this movie to see like the hot 20-something women in this game, or the hot like 40-something woman that looks 20-something, like no, you're not getting it. You are getting. There's a lot of there's a lot of Cate Blanchett ass. There's a lot of Cate Blanchett cleavage. Okay, so you get your old lady cleavage, and then you get Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, it's right here. It's right here in the picture. Like you get, this is her outfit the whole movie. You get constant 65-year-old lady cleavage. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's about, Eli Roth. Is there something you want to tell us? Do you have like this weird old lady fixation? Like I don't know. It was kind of weird and off-putting. I didn't like it. I can't see a lot of people liking that aspect of the movie either. It's like like again, going back to Madam Web, I know there's like the horny dude bros who went to see Madam Web because, oh, Sydney Sweeney's in it. You know, the big booby girl from Euphoria, Sydney Sweeney's in it. Maybe we'll see some Sydney Sweeney cleavage. And then she's like dressed like a nerd with overalls the whole movie. It's like, and then like, well, okay, fine, she's dressed like a nerd in overalls, but like she becomes a superhero, so she wears like the sexy, you know, spandex, the black skin tight outfit at the end, right? Yeah, at the end for like one scene, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Again, the same thing with Borderlands. It's not worth it. There's no. I mean, there is old lady fan service if you're into that, but no, it's not worth it. No. I've talked too long. I'm sorry, chat. I can't stop. I cannot stop talking about this Borderlands movie. It is a colossal train wreck of epic, legendary proportions. This movie will be talked about in years to come, the same way that the Super Mario Brothers movie with Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo is talked about. I'm done. I need to cut it off. I'll just keep going another 2 hours. I keep saying I don't have anything to say. Obviously, I have more to say. I always have more to say, but that's enough. That's enough. It's already dark out. The crickets are chirping. I've been out here for over an hour. That's enough. So until next time, GG fam, GG. Don't see this movie, GG.